Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Report for the 15th of May. Yesterday we were looking at the Australian market as a bearish market, but today I want to have a look at it as a bullish market, and I want to do that in line with the S&P 500. And my reasoning for that is that we've all had the same low here, and this particular high pattern that we've been looking at over here, for the S&P 500, we've got a possibility of an A and a B and a C wave here, and then moving up higher through here. This will be confirmed when we've got when we have excuse me, when we have 2900 here as the support, or rather the 61.8% here as support. So we do need to confirm this by seeing a move up through here, and then that will give us a much bigger bullish picture here. So this wave 2 here going in blue wave 2 going into blue wave 3 up here should be much longer than this particular wave 1 here. So this is quite an important juncture here, and I can say that support on the 29, you really want to be having a position in there, and also on top of the 3000 having a position in there and moving up. Now we want to do the same thing with the Australian market as well. So on the Australian market here, looking at all of this as wave 1 up here, I know it's very difficult to count and I'm not very happy with it, but I'm just going to run with it. But the same thing here applies here as well, where we have an A wave here, a B wave here, C wave here, and this can be counted up here in 5 waves as well. It counts better in 5 waves looking at the cash market rather than this CFD market here that's an infusion of the cash and the futures and so on. But we do have a nice ABC pattern here as well. So what we want to do here is same thing as the US here. So this move up here can be counted as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. I know it's a bit of a dog's breath, but then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, the B wave, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave here. So it is possible that we've got a low in place here. Now, if this low gets taken out, then I'm wrong and you need to be short. But while it's here, if this market here, we normally see in a bullish market, we'll see Friday and Monday as the bullish days, and a bit of a follow through Tuesday morning, and swing days on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then back buying on Thursday afternoon and Friday again in that weekly cycle. But main point here is that if, like with a big if this 5,400, where the 61.8% is from this high here to this low here, if this 5,400 finds support here, then you need to be going long at that point. That's what I do know. And then also look to build in on 550, and we can continue to build in up through here. So we've got a long way to go if we're going into this bullish market. So it's more important to be on it in a small way rather than trying to get on it in a big way and being stopped out. So yeah, you just visually look to see if this becomes the support there in this case, and you know that we'll be looking for different patterns. So if this line across here is the 5,400, then we'll have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then some sort of correction that will take us below the level, and then checking demand, and then finding support here moving up. But all of these tops here that gets created, you can go long on those, and the variation on that is where it doesn't come back below here, and I just call it the variation pattern. So it's the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and it doesn't drop below here. But we still have this high and this high to go long on through here, and that's our confirmation. You know, you could say, well, why don't you get in here? Well, you could do, but the rest of the pattern may not play out to get your trigger over here. And if you do go low, go into these areas here, well, then you want to use less money because you'll be facing more exposure at that particular point in time as well. So moving on to the rest of Asia there, if we have a look at China first. China's been moving up quite nicely here, and I'm not quite sure if I got this count right, but I've counted each wave here. So I'm thinking this is an ABC here for wave 4, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. We also need to see this move up higher here as well. So all of those breaches through here will be helpful in that. This when we look at Hong Kong, Hong Kong's got has been pulled around by China and has got this kind of pattern here. I mean, on this market here, the ABC, and down to, it looks quite nicely. But when we look at Hong Kong, that's been pulled along with this particular pattern, hasn't really done what I've wanted it to do. We've got our A wave down here and then our ABC for the B wave here. That's all nice. And then we get this screwed up mess here where we don't even make a new low down here. So I haven't really finished my 5 waves down through here yet, but at the same time, it's not about me, it's about the market. So what I'm suggesting is if we find a nice tested support on 24,000, then we need to go long from that point. So it would have the arrival, the reaction here a bit, first high above the level, and then this sort of stuff here. And if we go up that way, well then, you know, you look to go long on here, and sometimes you can get a better position in here as well. But that's what we're waiting for here. We've been short here, we went short here, we took percentage here, and I'm just going to bring the stop down on top of this. What you're really looking for here is the stop to be on the first high above the level here, really, and allow it to play out, because it could just fail from here and move down from here, and it's always take the next logical step. And then, you know, to get out of this trade here, I would only move out of it if the 24,000 became the support. Otherwise, there's a chance that it can still move down. So yeah, it takes a little bit of patience. So I'll leave that where it is. And also the Nifty. So on the 4-hour chart here, we're still looking at this as the same as the S&P 500, where we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I know it's not the best count in the world, and also this A and A, B, C here for the B wave and the C wave here is not that good looking, and we also didn't pull down to our position over here, but we understood that there was really good, you know, support across this particular level here as well for this. So yes, it is possible that this could be just down for 1 here, back for 2, down for 3, 4 and 5, and come lower through here, but we're not here yet. And if this is right, and if it is going to push up here, well then we need to be on that, don't we? Because this will be the starting, this would be a larger wave 1 up here, and this would be a larger wave 2 here. So we'll be going into a big third wave up here. So we really want to be on this at the right time. So let's just have a look. If we, you know, if we get the setup to go along, well, that's fantastic. You know, that's what we should be doing. So in this case here, we can count 5 waves down through here. So in this case here, we could just simply, first of all, look at, well, this is the 61.8% up here. So this is where it could rally to and then drop from that point. So that's good to know. It could fail anywhere in between all of this, but we will go long either way. We'll go long on top of this number here. You could also build in trades on number 2 here and also number 1 here. So a small position here, a small position here. Normally get out at number 3 here and then wait, because we're looking for the same thing here too, the classic trading levels pattern. So let's assume we just end up through here, just talking about this little pattern here. We want support on this level here to go long. So you can go along this way, you can go along this way, but we do need something like that. We need that support there. And yes, we'll get this pattern here sitting just in here as well. So you could go long here. We've got it here, so you could have gone long here. You can go long here, get out here to lock it in, and then just wait for the setup on the other side. So you get your timing right. Take profit at the next largest number or the end of this group 1 here, and then move back in on the other side over here. So this is really what we're looking for here. So we're waiting for the market to prove to us that it's going to go higher, rather than just trading between numbers. So we have a little bit of patience here for this one as well. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the support. Enjoy the weekend. Cheers.